Welcome folks to episode 2 of Rotary Rumble. This episode is primarily going to be covering the changes in the 8 or so days since I last did recording. It's also going to be covering Agricraft. So having a look, I've cleared out this room. I've started clearing out this room, which actually borders out onto the mountain, which was a lot of fun. There's not a lot of changes in here. I do have a few more resources, but if you go down here, I've started making a shaft down to bedrock as I normally do. And if we skip past here, so that copper is the only minerals I've found so far. Well, the only non-buried minerals. Now I have found some indium, but that's reactor craft, that's not relevant at the moment. And I have also spread out my Agricraft area. So as you can see, I've got a few crops going, I've got a large area, and what we're going to look at doing initially is we're going to build the various Agricraft requirements, and then we're going to start increasing our crop stats. Okay, and my crafting bench has disappeared. So I did do a bit of exploration. If we zoom into the map here, so I did basically explore over here a bit. I explored over here. I don't know why the map has reset. And I also went to this beach here to get a lot of sand, and there's a bit of clay in the area as well. I've also started getting some oak saplings. So here you can see a set of canola seeds for Rotary craft. I've got a double crop stick next to them, so that means that they should expand at some stage. We have quite a few food crops growing, including some cotton, which I'm using for wool, and we also have sugar canes, and we're actually going to need a few of those. So first off, we're going to start by making the journal. So standard book, and then we need one with quill and ink, and then we're going to need 4 sets of seeds. The most I've got of everything is wheat, so we'll use that. Now once we use the seed analyzer, which is the next thing we're going to be making, we're actually going to be able to record the seeds and mutations that we get, though the main use of this is going to be analyzing seeds for their potential. Actually, can I just use, yep, just want the one. So what we can do with this, so that was the, that's where it went. So if we were to dig up the seed, we would be able to put it into the seed analyzer and get the stats. Now with this pack you can go up to 10, 10, 10. I think that's the default on most packs. And we're going to start the process of getting a few of these seeds up. So we want potato, we'll go for wheat, we'll go for eggplant, cotton, and garlic. And of course we're going to need a hoe to start preparing this area over here. So we're going to do a plus shape. Didn't want to do that. We didn't necessarily need to recover that, it's just doing it so that we have a good layout. One, two, three, four. So we're going to start putting some of these crops down just so I know what's happening. So what you want to do is get the seeds for a plant. I have no idea where the extra one for the cotton went. That's easily solved. Now, one of the advantages of using an area like this is everything's well lit. So as you can see in the light meter on the top left, nothing really goes below 9. So even during the night, everything should continue to grow. What we're going to do is we're going to move these canola seeds to the main area. We will need to make them 10 and 10 at some stage. Might as well grab the extra food. Hey. Okay. And this is the danger of playing with zombies at night. So one thing I should really be looking at doing is building a small door somewhere closer to the Agricraft area. Oh, fun. Thankfully I have a bed and I will respawn in here. Thought I had a torch. So, first death, day 10. and I'm not going to have time to recover my stuff, so I'm going to simply put that there. And I'm going to go sleep for the night. I had no idea why that was happening. We're starting to get a few bones, which will be good when we start looking at making fertilised dirt. That's an iron sword. So one thing I'm doing is I'm actually waiting for these crops to actually grow fully before I put down the cross sticks. Mostly because for plants to spread properly and to get the stuff from the parents, they need to be fully grown. So let's get some carrots started as well. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pause here, and I will return once the plants here are fully grown and we can start breeding them. Welcome back everyone. So as you can see, most of my crops that I'm going to be using for Agricraft crossbreeding have grown. And all we're going to do now is we're going to put a set of double cross sticks in the middle of each of these sets, and we're going to wait for them to grow. Now the important thing here is that there's 4 mature plants that surround the double cross sticks, which means that all of those 4 plants will contribute to the child plant in the middle. Unfortunately now we need to wait. I don't quite have anything at the moment that I can use to actually speed up the growth of these plants, so it's simply a matter of waiting. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to reorganize this area. I'm going to see if I can get these plants into crosses as well, at least the ones I'm interested in, and then we can potentially explore some crossbreeding as well. I'll see you back in a few moments. So I just had a little bit of fun where a couple of zombies decided it would be fun to throw other zombies over my wall. Thankfully they didn't destroy many of my crops, so we can begin. So as you can see, the middle has grown, and what we'll do is we're going to go through, we're going to collect the middle crop of each section, even though that one hasn't fully grown. and we're going to throw them through this. Well, we're going to empty our inventory a little bit, and then we're going to throw them through the seed analyzer. Now you can do this in an automated fashion. Some people have set up Agricraft to do this, and as you can see, their stats aren't aren't 4 ones, whereas a standard vanilla seed, and we'll analyze one of those in a few moments. Now it is random. Sorry. I just did this to get a little bit of extra wood while I was just going to chop it down quickly to give us a little bit of extra room. Just checking around for creepers. So what I tend to do is I tend to break the top crop of each set. You get garlic, so we'll do this as well. And we're just going to put the some of this extra stuff away for the moment. There are a few things that we can do shortly that will increase our carrying capacity, and they'll also make it easier for us to get things done. So, cotton, this one's potato. Now as you can see in Rayla up the top, it does state what the seed is, and it does state what the attributes are if you've actually analysed it. Potato. Oh yeah, that would have put back in automatically. We want seeds. We want eggplant. And then we want garlic. And if we analyze a standard seed, you can see it's all 1, 1, 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put these seeds in the top just to keep them away from the other processes. You can see they've started working on a few other crops here. And I'll explain why I've got some seeds and carrot right next to each other in a few moments. So if we look in NEI for sugarcane, you can see it grows on sand. It's a mutation of carrot and wheat seeds. Now, so that's why I've got the carrot here, the wheat seeds there. Now, if these seeds weren't standard seeds, they weren't 1, 1, 1, then they would actually pass some of their traits onto the child seeds. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those at the moment, so we have to make do with what we've got. And I'm just going to start getting some melon plants as well, because I'll probably need those at some stage. At some stage, I should say. So this is the process. You start with the base plants. You put them in like a cross. You have an empty spot in the middle, and then you put double crops in the middle, and then you'll get the new plant will have better stats than the old one, and you keep on doing that until you have 10, 10, 10 for all of your stats. It can take quite a while, but thankfully as these seeds gain in growth, they will actually grow faster, which means of course that this entire process will take less time as it goes on. So each new generation will actually reach full maturity faster than the old one did. We're not So that is the basics of Agricraft mutations. I'll show you what happens when we actually breed these two crops together. And if you look in NEI for Agricraft, you'll see that there's a number of seeds that we can work towards. I don't know if I'm actually going to work towards the metals, because they are sort of like bonus crops that you don't always get. But things like Nitor I can get. If we have a look, we can get glowstone from that. We can get the daisies, we can get sugarcane. It also works with Pam's Harvestcraft. So for instance, if we look through here for soy, because that's one I'm interested in getting eventually. Yeah, there's a few seeds. So as you can see, soybean, it requires rice and bean seeds. Now I already have bean seeds, so that's no problem, but to get rice I need sugarcane and rye. And to get rye I need barley and seeds, and to get barley I need seeds and sugarcane. So that's that part. The next episode I will be going into mining metal. Now, to give you an example of how hard it is to find metal in custom ore gen worlds, you see I found this little copper vein here, but this entire stretch is otherwise empty. There was no metal in the wall or anything like that, no ores I should say. And if I go down here, I'll start doing something similar here. And again, there's this entire length of wall where there's just nothing. And normally in standard Minecraft you would have found something other than just coal, which is what those spots were. I was lucky enough to find a iron vein on top of my house, as it were. I have no idea how much there is for that or where it leads. I'll show it to you if I can do so without getting eaten by zombies. It's very grown dark, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. And preparing for a very quick run back into my base. You can see that there's iron here, which requires a mid-level mining tool. Alright, I'm going to run back into my base, and I shall see you in the next episode, where I'm going to get ready to do some mining. One of the other things I was going to talk about is what I've been learning in terms of producing videos. Firstly, doing it during the Minecraft night when there's zombies around is not very good because you get a lot of, well, zombie noises. I have started actually labeling the files as I create them in OBS. So once I finish a scene, I'll pause Minecraft, I'll go through, I'll name it, so episode number, part number, and a little description of how long it was. I'm going to try and keep this running to a minimum from now on. I don't think I did it that much in the previous eps, but we'll see how we go. As always, let us know if you have any thoughts, and I shall see you next episode. Bye.